Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Uh, I watched a video with a lady trying to, I don't know exactly what her point was, but she was talking about the Amish and eggs. And anyway, it got me thinking. Now, this was a video that was put out 4 days ago. Can't remember any names or anything. But like I said, it got me thinking about eggs and how things are going. And first of all, I want to talk about was, sorry, my nose itches today. But egg production. In these large egg laying operations, they don't just go down to Cackle Hatchery and say, I need 1,000 leghorns. No, they have their own special breeds that they have developed or someone has developed for them. But they only keep them a year after they start laying. So they've got a brooder operation somewhere, and there's always chickens in the pipeline, so to speak. So over the last 6-8 months, there's been a lot of chickens destroyed. The bird flu, because of the bird flu, not necessarily from the bird flu, but that's a different topic. These poultry house fires, but there's been a big bite taken out of our egg production in this country. Well, here's the deal, though. Those chickens that got destroyed 6 months ago, they've been replaced. Now, I'm sure that by now not all of those chickens have been replaced yet, but they will be, because like I said, there's always chickens in the pipeline, because most of these large producers know that after a year of laying, about 18 months, if they start at 6 months, then they're going to need to replace those chickens. So they, I'm sure, have a standing order, or on these big corporate farms, the brooder it's part of the system. So, the egg production will get back to normal. I guess that's my point in all that. Now, sorry, I got distracted. What may be harder to replace is in these fires, the infrastructure needed. Feed bins, feeding systems, barns, that's going to take longer to replace. And it's going to take a little while, and I'm sure the government's going to find some way to screw that up, screw it all up, because that's what they do now. But I noticed myself not yesterday, but one day this week, I was at the local Wally World, and egg prices are down from their peak. They are now under $3 a dozen. Now I understand in some places they might be higher, but where I was at, they were down. But I hope, and And I'm not trying to discourage any of you folks out there that were thinking about going and buying your own chickens, even though it is next to impossible to buy day-old baby chicks. If you're interested in that, you're going to have to bypass the hatcheries, I think. I'm only basing that on what I've seen at one hatchery, the one I use. And some breeds are sold out for the year already. They're already booked out throughout the year. Others I saw was like August. So, you know. And I'm just going to assume that all your other bigger hatcheries are that way. Now, there's some smaller hatcheries out there that may not be that way. Some local hatcheries, you know, somebody that, and most of these people that I know of that hatch in any volume are hatching, let's call them fancy breeds. Your English game fowl, you know, your silkies, that's what I was trying to think of. You know, just ornamental birds. Now, those birds still lay eggs. They just don't lay as well as, say, a Rhode Island Red or a Leghorn or something like that. Now, they may have something, and they may have thrown a few egg layers in their incubator. You know, it would be in their financial interest to do so. But I just don't think this chicken boom, sorry, itchy nose again, but this chicken boom is going to last. And I can get off into some conspiratorial thoughts that I have on all of this, but I'm not going to right now. Oh, man, that nose itches. So, like I said, just wanted to jump on here and talk about this a little bit. You know, before you go out, if you're watching this looking for information on advice on buying chickens, do a little bit of research. If you're wanting a chicken that can be a pet and an egg producer, I would suggest you stay away from Leghorns. They're not a mean breed. You know, my experience tells me that. But they are crazy. Just, it's kind of fun to watch them because they'll just be walking out across the yard, nothing going on, nothing around them, out in the wide open. You know, like I said, nothing overhead. You know, just go and take off running and flying, and you know, just they're crazy. And that's been my experience with Leghorns. You know, but they're good layers. They're excellent layers, and they lay a white egg. You know, little factoid: did you know that there are more brown egg laying chickens in the world? Breeds of chicken. Let me get that straight here. Breeds of chickens in the world than there are white egg layers. Yeah, you know. I know when I was growing up, I've mentioned many times on this video that my folks bought, for years, they would buy 100 chickens at a time. And I found out a little fact there that I didn't know about. A lot of times, Mom and Dad, and like I said, I never paid attention. I wish I had them. But Mom told me that they would buy, and she couldn't remember what breed they were, but they more than likely, I'm guessing, a dual-purpose breed. And as soon as they got their new chickens to point of lay, they would process the old ones. Just because they were, you know, past their prime. So, just a little fact about my history. you know, like I said, when you go, and be careful out there, if you're looking for point of lay chickens, do some research ahead of time. I feel like I got screwed last year. We were needing some egg layers, and I'm thinking, well, we'll just get some point of lay, and they can just, there'll be a little lag due to stress and everything of moving, and sorry, I'm adjusting the heat here a little bit. But anyway, so, and I've mentioned this before on another video, and I can't remember where. But so I went down and to some folks that were in Joplin that were offering point of lay chickens. I bought 10 of them. And the lady had her boys go out and grab me 10, and I didn't pay much attention to them. I didn't look. Just they put them in my cage for me, and I left. Well, yeah, out of the 10, most of them just died. I had some that I think got eaten by a predator, but most of them just up and died on me. And I'm thinking that's just because they weren't healthy birds to begin with. They were really dirty, and I'm not talking muddy, I'm talking nasty dirty, feces dirty. A lot of broken feathers, a lot of missing feathers. I think they just sold me some unhealthy birds. Did they do it intentionally? I don't know, maybe. But it happened. I won't buy chickens from them again. If someone wants to ask me who they were in a PM or something, I'll tell you. But I have had to go back and buy hay from them, so I don't want to bash them too bad. And they may not have even known. They may not be chicken people. They just may have had an opportunity to make some money and took it and didn't realize, what was going on. I don't know. So, anyway, but be careful. Study on your breed that they've got or whatever, and know what a healthy chicken looks like, and know what an old chicken looks like. I've heard a lot of stories of people getting sold old chickens that were way past their prime for point of lay chickens. So, okay, I'm about where I need to go, so I'm gonna get off here, and this is gonna be a standalone video. So let's look out for each other, let's help each other when we can, and let's pray.